And that's the hat I forgot to mention.
What up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to a very Christmassy episode of Realmhattan Project. As you can see, we have a modified cast tonight. We have one of them's out on assignment taking care of the family, and the other one said he might be running late taking care of the family. So we'll see if they pop in or not.
Yep.
If not, we've obviously upgraded. We have the second best marble I know stepping in to help fill out. So I'm gonna say what's up. I'm gonna go to the guest first. Say how's it going, Scott? How's it been? How's your Friday? All that good shit.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being the only one who literally responded to, "Hey, do you want to come on the show?"
Made it through the week. Got my drink in hand, ready to chew on some good subject matter.
There we go. What's up, Wolfie?
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, Wolfie.
Sorry, I sound like shit.
Wolf.
But I made an effort, unlike other people who didn't make an effort tonight.
Got him.
Just kidding.
El Captain, my captain.
Mutiny.
One of you dicks is hosting tonight.
This dick.
All right.
Oh.
The biggest one.
That's right. And you're right underneath me, so I'm dropping my balls on you. So
Oh, shit.
back to where we were before he showed up with his 90-year-old smoker voice.
Wouldn't be the first time.
This time it's free, though. I'm not paying you this time.
No, in all seriousness, I hope you're getting better, Wolf. It's I know it's rough for you right now.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. Wolf Nation for life.
Wolf Nation for life. Woohoo! What?
So Scott, how was
Please continue.
You were talking about Friday and like.
Yeah, man. We made it. We're here. For those of us who have a regular 8 to 5, we get to put our feet up for the rest of the weekend. It's a good thing.
8 to 5. Doesn't that sound amazing?
Yeah.
I like your Unicron. That's cool. Lit up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Not my idea. Got it completely off somebody else, but I'm good at R&D, rip off and duplicate.
Are those just Christmas lights, or like what would you do there?
They're fairy lights off of Amazon, and I probably wrapped it a little too dense, to be quite honest with you, because it looks like the whole fucking the whole ring is lit up.
Yeah, you watch your fucking mouth on our fucking show, Scott. I don't fucking talk with that.
The Unicron lights, they're reminding me too. I was just at Chris Bishop's house a couple weekends ago, and he has the same thing on was it Studio Cell? Is that the name of that one?
Yeah.
And it looks fantastic. And also, speaking of Chris Bishop, he supplied us with the new Christmas intro that we had there, the holiday intro.
Shout out to Chris. That was great.
That's awesome.
Big shout out.
Thank you, Chris.
It was at short notice, and I think it's fun.
Dude, I'm gonna have Wolfie read me bedtime stories tonight with his Estelle Getty voice he's got going on. I fucking love that shit. Dude.
ASMR.
Did you say Estelle Getty?
I love it.
I don't think half our audience knows who that is.
Well, then they're the fucking lame half. The other ones are cool.
Jesus, man.
But yeah, back to it. Big shout out to Chris. We do appreciate the intro. It's really cool, man. We all loved it when we got to watch it. So, all right. So we finished with Scott's week, and he was bragging about how he gets weekends off and shit. Nobody fucking cares. Fucking.
Man, I don't know what's happening out by you, Wes, but she is well thought out by now.
She is. I
already
put Mecha Streisand out in my front yard to keep that bitch out of here.
Where were you November 1st?
Yeah, November 1st, exactly. You could hear the streams already starting.
I mean, come on.
Barf. All right, so let's pop back up here to the top because I'm very bad about this directions of who's where. I just know Wolfie's down here and everybody else is somewhere else because I'm going to point to the wrong. I think that's Derek, but it could be this way. On my screen, it's that way, but I'm pretty sure y'all see it that way. So we're just going to go to Derek, wherever he's at.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. What's up, everybody? Woo! Quiet in here. Why y'all so quiet?
The fuck you talking about quiet, dude? What are you been going on about?
Because it's not live. Y'all gotta bring the heat, man. We are the Realmhattan Project. All right? We gotta bring the heat. Bring it now. It's actually hot in here.
I got the
Damn, I
heat
gotta
right
turn
here.
this
Is that
heat
what you-
off.
is this what you want?
It's
I got
really
the
hot
heat.
in here. But nah, what's up, everybody? Hey, yo, I'm really. It's gonna be a great night tonight, and But first of all, my week. Thanks for asking. My week has been pretty
I
cool.
did ask. You're welcome.
Pretty cool. That's why I said thanks for asking. Golly, all on the defense already. Jeez. All right. Oh man.
So you had a
But
great week.
no.
Keep going, keep
The
going,
week
keep
has
going.
been great. Scott, I haven't had a chance to get that honey thing that we was talking about, but I'm still on the hunt for that particular thing. Now, for those of y'all that are not, familiar
You've
with
been
what we're
saying
talking
thing
about,
a lot.
I had
Derek.
to,
You're saying thing a lot tonight. Thing.
Thing.
Always this thing, that thing.
hey, Ricky, what we
Playing
talk
with my
about
thing.
behind the scenes ain't got nothing to do with
My
everybody else.
ding-a-ling. My
Yeah,
ding-a-ling.
ding-a-ling. I want you. Damn it! Look what you making me do. Golly, man.
This is what
My
y'all get for
grandson-
letting me host. You know
My
I'm gonna be all over
grandson
the
watch
place.
this show. Come on now, behave.
Why
Anyway,
the fuck would you let him do that?
I'm rethinking it now. Thanks. But anyway,
Take that back.
so when we were in Florida hanging out, me, Sean, Scott, and Andrea, we got to hang out, a little bit longer after the convention, and we went to Disneyland. And we went to Disney World. Disneyland.
Ain't
It
no
was a Disney World or
Disneyland in
Disneyland?
Florida.
Disney
World.
World.
Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
Yeah, Hollywood. We did Hollywood Studios and Epcot, and we would have did more if we had stayed longer. But man, I feel bad though because I feel like we was the slow ones in the crew, me and Sean, because we were either looking at stuff or we were just dragging our feet. It was just like, we went back that night. I said, man, Scott and Andrew are mad at us for being so slow. So
The funny thing is, we thought it was the opposite because we were like stopping at all the shops and trying on all the little ears.
but
and
that's
stuff.
what I love, man. I love it because Andrea, every
Fucking
shop we went
tourist.
to, every
Fucking
shop we
tourist.
went to, she had to wear the different Mickey Mouse ears and take a picture with them. I was like, yo, she getting ready to buy a lot of ears, and I don't think she bought one. Did she? She just took pictures with them. Like, yo, I don't know what that was all, but nah, it was real cool. It was real cool. But we stopped at one spot, and Scott got this drink. Now, for those of y'all that know me, y'all know I'm not much of a drinker, but
That's
it was
fact.
this
Like
was
beer.
honey mead.
honey mead
Honey mead.
Oh
or
God.
mead. Honey mead. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically what Thor drinks with honey in it. So
Yep, exactly what Thor drinks, even with honey in it.
did you
Honey
said
mead is
whore.
whatever,
you
same
said whore.
shit.
What I heard.
Fucking honey beer. It's fucking gross. That's some Ren Fair bullshit.
So I taste. No, he's like, dude, taste. He said, taste this. I was like, dude, I don't really get down like that. He's like, dude, trust me, taste it. And I tasted it. I was like, yo,
just tastes like honey wheat bread.
tastes good.
Like it tastes like a
Yeah,
wet
it
honey
really
wheat
tasted
bread.
good. So when we got back home, I was on a hunt just trying to find that mug, and man, the only close thing I came to it was we came upon this liquor store because we was looking for Moscato, this particular Moscato, and we came across this honey. It's a honey. It was a brandy. Honey, it was like a honey brandy.
Not even close to
Something
same.
like
Honey
that.
Jack would be closer to honey mead than honey brandy.
Well,
is.
no, I know, but I'm saying as far as finding something for honey with honey in the title and in it, it was a honey brandy. I started to get it because the bottle like looked really nice, and it would look really nice like on a counter or something like that. If you had company come over and they see this cool bottle sitting on your joint, and then you're like, oh yeah, have some brandy. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, it was really good, and I can't wait to. If we go back, I'm definitely gonna get some of that again, for sure. But anyway, back to my week. This week was actually pretty incredible.
He asked about his week. He talked about his 6 months ago.
But my week was pretty incredible. You know, we had my the last weekend. My daughter's birthday was last weekend, last Saturday, and we took her
Happy
out.
belated.
Yeah, and y'all saw the Facebook post,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
you know, we had a scavenger hunt for her earlier that morning with her friends, and then we took them to an escape room. The scavenger hunt was get the brains working and everything. Went to the escape room after that. It was a superhero escape room.
So you just punched through the wall and laser vision the bad guy? You just got it over with?
It
Well,
was
that's a
not
lame
that cool.
superhero.
I mean, that
it
is
was
what
not
it
as
sounds
cool
like
as
it
that.
would be, right?
It would have been cooler if we would have been able to do that, but
They
you
give you
know.
like a bunch of them Hulk fish and just let you knock shit over. Be like Hulk smash and fucking bust the door down and shit.
No, it's an
I paid
escape
$100.
room
This thing
where you
lasted
had to
3
use your
minutes.
brain. You had to use your brain, not your brawn, to
Mhm.
get out of the room. So,
Oh, so you were Batman. Got it.
Yeah, that's not most
so
superheroes.
Batman was a character in it, and
It's the
that was
best
pretty
superhero.
cool. Yeah, they had
I'm
mixed.
con-
They
I'm
had a mix
convinced-
of Marvel and DC characters in this room. It was pretty freaking cool.
The
But anyway,
amalgamation universe.
worlds
survived.
collide.
but they gave us 50 minutes to get out of the room, and we didn't make it. We didn't make
I'm-
it, and it was
I'm-
like we didn't even get through half the stuff.
Got a recommendation for you there, Derek.
Since you mentioned honey, IG, you're in.
I think it's
I
supposed to be
guess you're
if.
into bird. Oh, I guess I'm these initials
These kids
fucking kills
nowadays.
me. You're in the bourbon. Try to find a bottle of Nulu honey barrel finish or
Yeah, he's
Short
on. He's on
barrel
some
honey
bourbon
barrel
shit over
finish.
there next door. He's always
Bourbon.
trying to get me to drink
so damn
bourbon.
good. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. If you're into bourbon. Okay. Yeah, man. No, I've had bourbon before. Bourbon.
Dude, you could have
tastes
gone
good.
real easy. Got Honey Jack. It's smooth. It has that honey taste.
Honey
and it's
Jack.
Jack Daniels, so that's good stuff.
So would I do that with my Jack and Coke?
I do it.
Good one. You
Yeah.
do?
It just makes
You
all it does
still
make
do
it
with Coke?
sweeter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's the one I like
okay.
to. I like to mix it with my coffee energy drink. Is the Honey Jack? It goes
Did
real
you say
smooth.
coffee energy drink?
Whenever I
You-
talk about drinking coffee, that's what I'm drinking is a Monster coffee because I don't like the flavor of coffee and I can't drink a lot of carbonated stuff.
You're
so.
mixing coffee with
Coffee
energy
with-
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
Really?
liquid speedball.
That
The
Monster
coffee
Java
kicks in,
stuff is damn
the
good.
the coffee kicks in, and then the liquor kicks in, and the coffee kicks in, and the liquor kicks in. It's cheaper than meth and it's legal. So,
Ricky. No. No.
dude, every time this is
No.
how it rolls, man.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Ricky. That explains so much. But anyway,
Yeah.
but back to my
Before
week.
you go too far,
So
how was your go back 2 weeks and tell us how your trip to Atlantic City was? Atlantic City.
Oh no. We talked about that the last time. So but we did the escape room and then we did a hibachi. We went to a hibachi grill after that. So that was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And they sang happy birthday.
Was it
First
great?
of all,
was it,
don't
was
go
it like
to
Jingle Bells at the end of A Christmas Story? Was it amazing?
Yeah, dude, I would have rather heard that than to heard this happy birthday song. First of all, it was one guy with the gong. He just
Yeah.
happy. He's every word that he said, he hit the gong.
But
And
how
it
did
was
it
just
sound?
like-
Tell us how. Like, sing it like him.
Don't. We don't want to
No,
offend.
no,
No,
no.
we
Wolfie,
get kicked
shut up.
off.
Wolfie, shut the fuck up. You're not even look.
I gotta
no.
think
The
of this shit.
universe-
I gotta be the fucking reasonable one
The
here.
universe has told you to shut up. Look what it did to your throat. You
No.
just shut up.
I'm doing Dust's work here. Don't do it.
But no, I'm not singing it. But
I
yeah,
almost
it
had
was
you, Derek. I almost had you fucking Wolfie.
Yeah. But no, we really had a good time, and and then went back to work, had some things going on at work, and I mean, it was just, and now I'm here. I'm excited to be here, and got my man Scott here. I got y'all here. I'm feeling.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm really
I got
feeling
Sky
the
here and then
vibes
these
right
three
now.
fucktards. We're good to go.
Hey man, I'm ready to do this.
And we
gonna
got the
have
chat
some fun
squad.
tonight. And we got and most of all, we got the chat squad in here with us. Hey, chat squad, shout yourself out. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Glad y'all are here. Can't wait to get into this. And I'm gonna give it back to Ricky because I gotta let him do his thing.
Gore, how was your week?
Yeah, it was all right.
Wolfie, how was your week?
Well,
Okay, cool. So we're gonna go into the show.
Hey, Wolfie,
God damn.
type it type it to me, and then I'll say it for you.
But you have to say it like that guy saying "Happy Birthday."
Well,
No,
I'll,
would you stop? Would you stop this?
I'll help out Wolfie just a little bit.
He got
We got to
sick.
see each other the past weekend, and that was great. It's
Hey,
just,
Derek,
just a handful
turn
of
up,
us
Derek.
got
So-
to.
Gord,
That's
go
why
in the
Wolf-
chat
that's why
and put
Wolfie's sounding
EE
the
on
way he is.
timeout.
It's not that he's sick, but he just when he
Put him
met
on
up with you, he
timeout.
forgot the safe word.
You can put him on timeout in the chat squad so you can't text for like 5 minutes.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah.
Oh,
But,
neighbor Eric, you can vote for a new host all you want to. It's real easy. You just hit that little red button in the top right hand corner. It looks like an X. It casts your vote.
Vote with your wallet.
That's it. So what's up, Wolf? I'm sorry. It's gonna be hard because you definitely have a messed up voice. I'm gonna try. I have to work hard not to interrupt you because I know you're struggling, man.
Well, no, like Gort was trying to say. Yeah, we had a nice little Friendsgiving thing on Saturday at the Bro Serious household. A bunch of people were there. We got to see Gort, of course. I was there. Crystal was there. The Kincaids were there. Brink was there. Am I forgetting anyone, Gort? I think that was everyone that we know, at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then a bunch of other
Nice.
cool people showed up, and it was as usual delicious because Chan is
Oh, yeah.
amazing cook. You know it. If you've been there, you know.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yep.
So that was a real fun weekend. We got to hang out and play with shit and just eat, and really good time. Really good time. Glad to see everyone.
That's what's up.
I was supposed to start a new thing on Monday, but they called me on Friday and said we need to delay your start date a week because my laptop wasn't ready. So I got an additional week off. So I've been doing jack all, and then I got sick. So
Yeah, it sounds like it worked out.
yeah, it worked out pretty good.
You didn't get
So-
paid and you got sick. That's a win.
Yeah, I want to fucking win, right? But no, and here I am with you guys.
Hey, EE has a question for you in the chat.
So yeah.
You know what? At least I fucking made an effort. What's that guy doing?
Right.
Up in the cheap
I
seats.
told you he's not sick. It's just that when he met up with Gord, he forgot the safe
Fucking
word.
keyboard warrior over here.
Right.
Oh, got your ass. EE.
Yeah.
Take your Robitussin and go back to bed.
Yeah, go back to TFW with that shit.
Yo.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, Wolfie, as usual, it's always good to see you, and it's always to have Wolf Nation representation.
Wolf Nation.
In this piece.
We're sick, but we still fucking show up.
All two of
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, one more thing. I did
Oh,
want
you got
to.
Esteban
I
now,
left
too.
out one
There you
thing
go.
real quick, and I'm sorry. Were you were you finished, Wolfie?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
was, but
I
that's
did hang out with Bobby this week. I hung out with Bobby this week, and
This
I
whole
got to
week?
chill with him. The last Wednesday, I got a chance to chill with him, Chris, and Joe, Uncle Dolphin, and we did Nerd Rage Radio, and that was
nice.
really fun. And I always listen to it. I always, I'm a fan of his stuff anyway. Y'all know that we're all fans. But
fan of what? Who are these
Nerd Rage
people?
Radio.
Nerd Rage
What?
Radio. You don't know what that is?
What is that?
Ricky,
I know Realmhattan
don't-
Project.
we're not doing this tonight. Okay. Especially when you do work for that show. So so yeah. But no, we really had fun this week. So when that releases, go ahead and check that out if you're at the proper tier for Patreon. No, that's a
dollar
not a
tier.
Patreon thing.
Yeah,
It is,
Nerd Rage goes live. Patreon just gets it early.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it
But
goes up
check
to
that out. Check
30
that conversation out. We
Right.
had a really good discussion that day. and,
If you were on
it
Nerd
was-
Rage, I'm definitely writing in on that show.
Mhm.
Definitely. Like I see y'all just lowered your standards, scratched the bottom of the barrel, get people on this damn thing.
Hey, you worked there, so what does that say? Anyway.
They really
But
desperate.
Oh man. Okay, but
That's awesome. I actually look forward to that. See y'all. listen to
yeah.
y'all.
I mean, I know, but seriously, I had a really good time doing it, man.
It's cool that
you
you
know.
and all three were there because Chris has been working so much. Sometimes he's hit or miss, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, we get to know, like, I've always wondered the exact turnaround. Sometimes it seems like it's only a week. Sometimes it seems like 2 weeks from when they record to when it releases. So now we'll actually know. Since you were there Wednesday, I can actually plot out how long it takes to hit the air.
Okay. There you go.
Nice.
All right.
He's like a
Awesome
ninja.
here.
Hey, Ricky, I got a question for you actually. What do you do there? They always thank you for the videos. Like, where are you posting videos?
That's the ones they post on Facebook. Those ones that pop up with like the title cards and then like all the gifs and pictures and all that shit in there.
Oh,
I
okay,
make
cool.
those videos.
Okay.
Neat.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I was wondering what fucking videos am I missing?
It's the ones Dante posts them on Facebook, and I think what's the name used to post them on Instagram. I don't know. I don't really go on Instagram very often. But it sounds like I might be doing Instagram soon because Bobby keeps saying something about making me do Instagram now. So
yeah, and you know the Discord thing, man. I'm still trying to get used to Discord. You know,
yeah, I'm an admin in that
used
Discord,
to Discord.
and
I'm
I
trying to
don't
get back
know.
into.
I don't even know why. Like I
don't
love
even know
Jim.
what Discord is.
Yeah,
I'm old. Leave me
I'm really
alone.
trying to get back into Discord, man, because it's a lot of vital stuff that comes through there too. So
Phoenix reached
I'm
out
just
to me
talking
like, "Hey, do you want to be an admin in here with me?" Because the guy that started it with him had left. So, do you want to be an admin in here? And I'm like, you know, I'm not going to do shit, right? I mean, I'm not going to come in here and literally do anything. He's like,
Yeah.
okay. I'm like, sure then. I was like, so I spent the first day just going around to see how it looked different from like behind the admin curtain, like to see if it changes how it looks and what you can do in there.
Yeah.
And I think I've been on there twice since.
Oh, for
Like,
real?
kinda,
Yeah.
like it used to be more popping like back in the day, but it's kind of quieted down some. So I don't know. We're gonna have to do something to get that fired back up again. And
Yeah,
get more
it's been
people in
taken
there
over
and
by
stuff.
porn. So anyway,
What Discord? There's
back to the
porn
video.
on Discord. Shit, I'm going on Discord right now, man.
Now Ricky's there 24/7.
I'm on Discord right now while we're talking, man. I'm
All right, well, see you guys next week.
All right.
Discord. Where's this porn that he's talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool. Something to look forward to.
All right, well, how was your week, Ricky? Yeah.
It was some goods and some bads, man. Good stuff. I loaded up on a bunch of pre-Christmas awesomeness. Walked into Verizon looking into getting a phone for my oldest. Ended up walking out with a watch upgrade, a new phone, and a new tablet instead. So that really worked out well for me. That was good. Work, of course, is work. But been dealing with some stuff with one of my kids with school, and he's kind of trying to stretch his wings a little, and I'm trying to trim them back some, and without being overbearing about it. So, I don't know.
Okay.
You know, fun parenting shit that
Sure.
that could take, and like I take that shit like really to heart. Like, I'm not afraid. I don't give a fuck about what people think about my shit. So, I take like the fathering part like very serious because of
course,
what I grew up with. So, I take it a little harder than most would. Like, you know, when he acts a certain way, and one of his things to do is if you get onto him, he likes to punish you by being less affectionate and like kind of ignoring you. And like that shit kind of bothers me a lot. Like just being a grown up and being 100% honest about it, like it bothered me a lot. Like it hit me hard in my gut. And I actually had to pull him to the side. Like, that's not fair, dude. I didn't do anything wrong. It's not fair for you to do that. I didn't even yell or raise my voice, spank you, nothing. Like at the end of the day with my ex-wife, I ended up talking him out of getting punished. I told him, you know, this will be your one free pass, but if you screw up again, you lose something big and important to you later on. And he treated me like I was some kind of asshole. So like, I don't know, man. It's kind of rough. I know we're on here to talk about nerd stuff and be fun, so we'll stick to that. But
that's cool.
It's been a week. It's definitely been a week. So I'm
I
glad
tell
to
you,
be
Rick,
here.
as somebody who's been around that Ben and had my kids are grown now,
Mm-hmm.
I've already had at least 2 of them come back and say, you know, I was kind of a jerk when I did that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice to hear. So, you know, there is a light at the end of that tunnel most times.
Yeah, I told him the same thing. I was like, "You're gonna grow up one day and realize that I wasn't doing this all to be a dick. There was a method to my madness about all of it." and you'll end up having to have that conversation with me. And I said, usually it's about the time you have kids because you start to see the flip side of that coin. You get to see what the other side was like.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it any easier, dude. And I think it's exacerbated by the childhood I grew up with, and add into all the stress and stuff from the divorced family and dealing with my ex-wife and court systems and all that shit. It all makes it very like a tinderbox, and it don't take much to light it off. And then when it's like a nuclear explosion, like I had to tell one of them one time, I was like, look, I'm used to your mom treating me like shit, but it's not okay for me when you do it. No, Wes, fuck you. I would never say that about my kid. So it's been a thing. I'm glad Scott talked me into drinking, even though I'm on pain meds, because he's a good example. So let's get back into fun shit, man. Fuck real
Jesus,
world.
it's got heavy real quick. Someone tell a dick joke.
Well, you want to ask how my week was? You shouldn't have fucking asked. Not like you really cared. I mean, you could have just skipped me.
I was going to say my 14-year-old. You know, I'm going through that with her kind of right now. It's kind of dwindling down, but I'm waiting. The moment that you were talking about, Scott, I'm waiting for that moment with her, and I'm probably waiting for that for my 22-year-old too, and it's never gonna happen with my 29-year-old. So it's like, whatever, man. It's it's whatever. But
So I have 2 girls, 1 boy. My 2 girls are 20 and 26 right now. And just a funny story to turn it around, but related, is when those girls were growing up, man, they were 2 years apart and they were at each other's throats all the time.
Yep.
And there's this place called Boys Town here in Omaha. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's kind of a national thing, but it's,
I've heard
it's
of
like
that.
it's local here. It's like where all the troubled kids come to
Right.
get themselves straight or whatever. And so they have little family communities inside these houses, and they put all the boys together and all the girls together. And I had one of my former employees go there to work as a host family, effectively, like to kind of like head one of the houses.
Oh, okay.
And they came back to me and said, we're allowed to have only 8 girls in a house, but we can have up to 12 boys, but no more than 8 girls. And I'm like, really? I'm like, why is that? And they're like, because when the boys fight, they like hit each other, and 2 minutes later they're playing video games with one another. But when those girls fight, it's like you are dead to me forever. And so it's like it was a reality that they were actually accepting at this kids facility that there's a difference between the sexes, equal but different. And so just it reminds you, don't piss off your girls, man, because they'll never.
That's true too. That's really true.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting because I have the 2 boys, so I'm waiting until I can fight one of them. Like, they just got to hit their teen years and then we go out in the backyard and box it out. That's my plan.
They're formidable years. Yeah,
I think it was I'll start a pool now for Ricky's bail.
No, I get the old school like things, like the big go sock on the yard.
Yeah.
I kill him. Remember what side the bread's buttered on. Y'all relax, son. So, anyways, I'm glad to be here. I've gotten some shit in the mail. Some shit's still floating around. Shit places. I got stuff coming from Hanny, stuff coming from overseas. Eventually, Pulse will get around to give me my shit like that. I'll be happy and excited. Till then, I'm good.
I hear him.
Is he lagging for anyone else?
He might be now.
I
Yeah.
think he's frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, if it keeps bogging down, man, just put somebody else in host position.
That's fine.
Fuck
Well,
this internet.
We'll give your time. We'll give your internet a little time to catch up.
Yeah, let's
Are
run that
you
show.
are you ready, Derek?
Yeah, run.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie.
It's time for the Collector Showcase.
All right. So, well, before I show you this, I gotta give you a little backstory. And it's not gonna be long at all. I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible because I know how long-winded I get sometimes, and it's not fun sometimes. But anyway, take you back. I'm gonna take you back to 2000, maybe 12, 13, when this particular figure came out. First of all, I'm going to show y'all one of my grails that I've been trying to get for years now. And when it first came out, when I first started getting them, every time they would come out, I'm like, okay. When it first came out, I got it. I was impressed with it, and then they came out with different variations of it, and I was just like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. One particular variant came out, and I slept on it. I was just like, okay, because the price had the price had went up on it when it first initially came out. It was like maybe $50, $70 more. I was like, I'll just get it when I get it. Come to find out, it was a limited run on that particular one. So, by the time I went to go get it, it was sold out, and you couldn't find that mug anywhere. Nobody was selling it. Nobody was doing it in the aftermarket or anything like that. There was no what do we call it? Late what do we call it? The late tax. There was no paying the late tax on it to pay more for it or anything like that. So fast forward to now. Recently, a gentleman by the name of Brian Whitehead, he, cool dude, I talked to him a couple of times, and he put up a post of items that he was selling that he didn't want anymore. And this particular one he had still in the box. He hadn't even taken it out yet. And I was like, and then, no, that's not true. I got hit up by Sanjay. Y'all know who Sanjay is.
Yeah, Sanjay's great.
Yeah, we all love Sanjay. That's without a doubt. Sanjay hit me up. He was just like, "Yo, I found it." I was like, "Where?" I already knew he was talking about. I already knew what he was talking about. He was like, "Where?" And then he sent me the post. And then I wasn't for some reason I wasn't part of this group, and so I had to join the group. But I ended up hitting up Brian anyway, just to make sure that Brian Whitehead, just to get direct communication with him, and to even go deeper in that one. We kind of had like a sketchy past in the past because of some words that were exchanged between the both of us. But in doing this exchange, we really it was really water under the bridge and all of that type stuff. Not because of the business, because Brian's just generally a cool guy, and we just chopped it up. And we have so much common interest. It's crazy. But yeah, I was really happy to do this transaction with him. He made sure that everything was packed well in the box, and it got here safe. I got everything to it, and I'm just so happy to really have it right now in my possession. As I've been like I said, I've been looking for this mug for years. So once again, shout out to Brian and shout out to Sanjay for the connect. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you Purple Power Baser.
Nice.
Yes.
See, when you said mug, I thought you actually meant a mug.
No, man, it's just the way I talk.
Sorry.
So, Derek, that's all of them now?
I have every version of this right now. I have every version of Power Baser right now.
Now you're bringing him up to the mic there. Does he have anything to say?
So you got the God Bomber accessory on tight side on that.
Yep.
And which is that an official? Is that an official?
Huh?
Is that an official or is that third party?
This is third party. This is Fans Hobby.
Fans Hobby.
This is
Okay.
Fans Hobby Power Baser. And as you can see, this is completely combined together. I'm going to put up a post that's going to have all the pics I did for. It's got the Power Master engine that goes with it. It's got the little figures that go with the God Bomber, and it's shattered glass, so it's kind of weathered. And this is a limited edition one, so this is numbered. They only made 500 of these. This is number 409. 409. It's got the number on the legs and all that, just like the God Delta that they did for the show a couple of years ago. But yeah, I finally got this mug. He gave me he sold it to me for a great price, and I'm telling you, because eBay was selling this mug for, I found it on eBay, but they wanted and it was overseas. They wanted like 800, 900,
Holy
1200
shit.
for this mug. I was like, nah, I'm not paying for that mug. And Sean actually almost did pay for it, but fortunately, they sold it before she could buy it. I was like, it would have been cool that you got it, but I would have been kind of, upset that you paid that much money for it. So, but no, man, I'm telling you, when the mug came in the mail, man, nothing else mattered. Nothing else mattered that came in that day. I got a couple other things that came in too, but man, I was like, yo, this is it right here. And I spent literally the last 2 weeks just looking at this mug, and I didn't really combine it until today, because I wanted to have that fresh experience with it. And so I got both, as you can see, I got both the Power Master and the God Bomber, and combined them, and I now have all the variations to this: the standard one, Purple Power Baser, the Nemesis version, the Fire Guts version, the God Delta version, and that's all 5 now. So if they make any more, you best believe I'm gonna be on top of it. So yeah, this is it.
Are you getting the KFC deal?
No.
No.
I am not getting the KFC one. I mean, shout out to anybody that actually liked it, but it didn't look right to me. I mean, it was, and I really want to handle it before I make a decision on that too, because I mean, I've heard good things about it, but I'm too in love with this set right here. So
Yep.
After 5 of them, it's closed now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah. Once again, if they make another one, I'm definitely gonna get that one right. I'm gonna get that one too. Actually, I actually hit up Fans Hobby. I was just like, hey, what's y'all next version gonna be? And they were like, we didn't have no plans for this one in the future. I was like, yeah, y'all need to make plans, because I need another version of this. So I'm gonna put this one up with my other ones that I got up right now. I already made a spot for it, and I'm gonna put the picture up, and yeah, I'm just super excited about this one. So shout out once again to Brian, and shout out to Sanjay for linking us up, and so I can get my grail piece that I've been looking for the last few years. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it.
Nice.
Back to you.
Nice.
And that is my showcase for tonight.
Ricky, you all straightened out over there?
Let me check the chat.
Yeah, let me get him fixed up.
Next show topic wasn't actual.
I think he's frozen.
No, he's frozen again.
Uh-oh, Ricky.
Oh, Brian's in the chat, guys. Brian W. Wayward Traveler.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wayward Traveler. Dude, hey, you already know. Words can't express how glad I am to get this piece, man. Yo, what Patreon level is that? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, EE is on one tonight, man. I can't wait till you get back. I can't wait till you get back. Have I got a show for you, sir?
Oh, yeah. Threaten him with a good time.
Yeah,
right,
man.
Well, I guess we'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah, because I told, and the thing is, I told on the next, because I said, because we did Do You Even Transform, bro, a couple of weeks ago, last week, and I was like, and I told all of y'all, I was like, no, I'm gonna have something for you. I'm gonna have something, but I'm gonna wait to do it on this show. I'm gonna wait to do it on this show.
We got
so I kept my word. I didn't
You
even.
don't hear me?
Huh? Yeah,
we can hear you now.
Yeah.
We got that lame ass me at fucking Voltron? How is that fucking fair?
Hold up. Wait, what'd you say?
He's cracking up again.
You cracking up again.
He's
Ricky,
froze.
turn your camera off. See if it helps.
Get your wife to fix it like she did last time.
Fuck the internet. Is that better?
Oh,
It is.
Yeah. No, say that again, Ricky.
Man.
Or is the joke
I think-
expired? Okay. But anyway, but no, I had promised y'all. I didn't even post pictures of this when I first got it, and I was so wanting to do it. But I literally just said, oh, one more thing I forgot to show. I forgot to show. So only 2 of these power basers come with the Matrix of Leadership piece, and it comes in this exclusive box. The first one, it came as a special piece for it. This is the only other color variant that comes with the Matrix of Leadership, and it's purple.
Nice.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. So that's another piece to it. Like I said, man,
It's a nice finishing
all too
touch.
Thrilled,
Yeah.
all too thrilled to have in this one. So yeah. So excited. It's an exciting week. It's been an exciting past couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. So yeah. All right. That's it for me.
All right.
All right.
So, Scott, we were bringing you on because you wanted to talk about conventions and exclusives.
Yeah. Thanks for
What a
having me.
segue. This was
Long
an
time
exclusive.
listener, first time caller.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. No, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think just to lay a little bit of the groundwork for our discussion, if you will. This is kind of thoughts around kind of what is the unique selling proposition for conventions in today's, world, like post-COVID, post lots of things, right? And to really kind of properly set that up, I wanted to kind of set up where we've been, kind of the various phases. And my perspective is primarily a Transformers perspective. You guys, I think where the discussion gets good is when you guys kind of bring in some of your perspective on cons outside of the Transformers universe that I don't know anything about, quite frankly. So to lay that, to kind of set the scene, if you will, I really see there's kind of to be 3 phases of cons over the years since 1994 when the first Transformers convention started, right?
Yeah.
You have the pre Hasbro kind of time period, which is like 94 to 2002. And then you have like the Hasbro involvement, their official, licensing of involvement in officially the Transformers, which is 2003 to 2016. And then you have that post period, kind of everything after up until today. So that's kind of, in order to kind of maybe oversimplify it, hopefully not to the point where it takes away from the overall discussion, but that pre-Hasbro. So let me backtrack a little bit first. There's kind of like a few different things that I see as part of con experiences. There's the content, which is kind of the panels, if you will.
Yep.
The voice actors, now they certainly involve themselves in the panels, but they're not like the only thing that happens in the panel. So I kind of separate them because a lot of what their our interaction with them is really the signatures and the pictures, getting to meet them, if you will. And then the toys, which is, there's the vendors, the booths, the buying and the selling that happens, whether it be in the booths or in the rooms or, around the bar, whatever have you. And then the exclusives as a part of that toys. And then the community, hanging out with friends, right? Talking about bots, having good times, eating, drinking, breaking bread together, right?
Right.
And kind of a sub point, if you will, that's kind of out there, but not always a part of every con based upon where it's located is the location. Maybe there's a benefit to the location. Like for instance, Disney's right back when BotCon was in Pasadena a few times, there's Disney right there. When BotCon had it in 2007 in Rhode Island, and we got to go in and tour the Hasbro headquarters. That was freaking awesome.
Oh man, that's cool.
some other locations that had something nearby or adjacent that could potentially serve not only us but our families as well, right? So those are kind of like I'd be interested to know, like, do you guys think there's anything else? Would you throw anything else in that bin of kind of like, these are the things that cons offer us when it comes to going?
No, I think you did a good job nailing everything. Again,
Mhm.
just I think each person has a different reason for wanting to go.
Sure.
I guess from me, it's always more and more about community these days than anything. Hanging out, like you said, breaking bread, seeing everyone. Then toys are just a nice secondary thing that happened to be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you did a great job.
Because like I could say, like when I started going to conventions, it was always to go and look for toys, collectibles, that kind of thing. And pretty quickly it turned into the collector community, and it becomes more about that. And I'm less interested to go to stuff like New York Comic Con is practically in the backyard. But when people aren't, there's not a ton of people going, I'm less interested. And also this year at least there's just so much congestion of shows and events and things, like between family stuff and just RetroCon and all kinds of other stuff, Halloween surrounding it. I was like, I don't have time. Like I need to get a weekend back.
Yeah.
But like that's also a good thing, like when you're just packed with all these kind of events, and that's where it comes from, like going to these things initially, and it just turns into what you do, and I like it.
Yeah. For me, it was going to check out some of the stuff and hang out with a couple of friends, um, and I can definitely say that Transformer conventions and regular like comic conventions, they're they're both different to me, at least. I have more friends in this community than in, our local, like a Baltimore Comic Con or Awesome Con, or even a New York Comic Con. And because when I first started going to Transformer conventions years ago, and this was BotCon, I would, I would just go just to, because I wanted to get some Transformers. I wanted to, be in the know of everything that was going on during that time. Met a couple of great people. I met Ben right when I first started going. Well, actually, before I actually went to a BotCon, I met Ben, and Ben was the one that convinced me to come to a BotCon. And and we've been thick as thieves since.
Are you talking Ben Yee?
Ben Yee, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So it was like, when as the years progressed, I got to know more and more people, and the community, and my community just got bigger as a result of that, which is why I'm here. Um, but yeah, man, you definitely get different things when you're going to these conventions. Um, Talking about exclusives, uh, for me now, the exclusives aren't as exciting as it used to be anymore, because anybody can get it. And here's what I mean by that.
So we're going to get to that discussion, actually.
I'm sorry.
Can
Okay,
you hold
all
on
right.
to that for a second?
I'll hold that. But I will say this. I will say that that there are those differences. I definitely agree with that. And but I will say the community is the thing I get the most out of going to these conventions nowadays.
So let me ask you something. Since you obviously go to way more than what I would personally, like from a Transformers perspective, you go to a lot of stuff. Like you were at New York Comic Con just like last month or two, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Obviously, our Transformers conventions, you have the community that you built there, the community that you've gotten to know, and kind of like that's what we go for.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to a New York Comic Con, what your draw is? Is it the voice actors? Is it the content? Is it something that I haven't named yet?
Mm-hmm. New York is more the celebrities, and
Okay.
because you get to do photo ops with them, you get autographs. You get to meet your favorite comic book artists and writers and so forth. People that are behind the scenes of this whole thing this whole fiction that we love so much. Uh, this whole thing that we love so much, and you get to meet them. And some of them actually kind of end up. Some of them are your heroes, and you get to meet your heroes. I know the old saying is don't meet your heroes because
Yup.
you don't want to be disappointed. I haven't been disappointed yet in any of my heroes that I've met. They've been genuine people, at least from, I'm not trying to, bring them into the family and all that type of, people get that whole thing way too personal sometimes. It's like, when you meet them, you expect them to go out to dinner with you, and you want them to hang out with you for the whole weekend. You want to ask them a bunch of questions. No, man, no. That's that. Get friends, get real friends, and then get a life. So because yeah, I'm telling you, when I go to a New York Comic Con, that's the main things that I'm looking for. The bonus to me is when I get to meet up with some of y'all, like Gort. Occasionally I get to see Audrey too, because I know Sean is with me too, and then I also get to see Mike Kincaid and Vanessa, and actually those are the main two that I get to see. Still waiting to see EE Prime, but I've yet to. I've gone to 2 different New York Comic Cons and haven't got to hang out with EE once. So it
Count
is
your
what
blessings.
it is. So yeah. Speak on that, EE. Yeah.
Funny story about like
coming
not
one day.
expecting to have like interactions with those people outside of their signatures. I think it was the 2007 one. Don't hold myself to it, because I a lot of them blend together, but I'm pretty sure it was the Rhode Island one, where
Okay.
Stan Bush, we were up in a hotel room, and a bunch of people were up there, and there were a group of people that were playing Guitar Hero, and Stan Bush came to the room and literally played
Oh,
Guitar
really?
Hero with some of the guys that were playing the Guitar Hero. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell
Hey,
me,
are you
you
talking
got the
about
touch was one of the
HasCon?
songs.
You talking
What's
about
that?
HasCon? Are you talking about
Oh
HasCon?
no, I'm talking about BotCon 20. I'm pretty sure it was 2007. I don't know if it was.
2007. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
I don't
wasn't
know
at
if it
that
was
one.
another one, but I'm pretty sure it was that one. A lot of them
Oh,
blend together.
okay. All right.
But yeah, so that kind of like, okay, so that's kind of part of what we think about when we think about what a con offers us. Why does it draw us to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then I think about 3 phases of the Transformers conventions, as I've been a part of them since the early 2000s, and even before I was a part of them. So you got like the pre-Hasbro days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before 2003. And at that point in time, there was not a lot of internet. There was not a lot of video streaming that was happening. There was not the amount of avenues that we have to get figures today. And so a con had several things to offer us that we couldn't get anywhere else, right? And a part of that was to what we're going to touch on and kind of chew on a little bit, which is exclusives. Around the like 98 era, these exclusives started to sell out at the cons. They've never like been officially just the only thing that's been officially only available at the cons has been like attendee exclusives. But in a lot of ways, there was times where they wouldn't sell out at the cons and they'd sell them afterwards. So there was always some availability, limited. Okay.
Yeah.
But then you got into the Hasbro era of 2003 through 2016, and it just exploded. The numbers just kept going up as far as attendance goes, as far as the con exclusive numbers that were being produced. Also, the ability to get those went down. Hasbro, those days were also, there was like multiple forums out there. There were a lot of people that were now beginning to review figures online. I remember a whole big uproar between some fans regarding like, I hate video reviews. I'd rather have picture reviews, and all that stuff. Like that era came through, right? We also, like voice actors, I mentioned this when we were talking pre-show, Peter Cullen only showed up between 1994 and 2006. Peter Cullen only came to one show, One BotCon. It was 1997.
Mhm.
But from 2006 through 2012, he was at every one except for one in 2008.
Hmm.
And that's kind of a good picture of what voice actors' involvement was over the time that Hasbro was officially involved. Then we have the post Hasbro days. Now video live streaming is way more prevalent, right?
Yeah.
So it's easy, and a lot of reviewers want to live stream panels. They want viewers on their pages and their channels. They want to bring people into their communities, if you will. So that's there. And voice actors, the pool just doesn't get bigger. Once you got your signatures, once you met them, handshake them, that's not necessarily the draw to the convention, because our pool at Transformers convention is not huge, right?
Right.
And then the toys, distribution on toys. I mean, you can find anything you want nowadays, whether it be used or new. Like, you're not probably going to find it at a con if you can't find it online.
Right.
There. So that leads me to the bulk of what I thought was interesting to discuss is what can I, if I'm a businessman looking to run a convention, what is my unique selling proposition to make my show more than just a regional event, to draw people more than just the ones that can actually get there in a car ride?
Well, first you got to. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, please.
Well, first you got to find out what everyone's interested in. We have these shows now. It seems like they're all cookie cutter at this point, because they're doing the same thing. Just got a different name slapped to it. So what do you do to make the experience different? Because that's what it's really all about. Because people want to come out and experience something. They don't want to just come to a show and then it's the same thing. They grab a couple, they come and get what they looking for, and then they go home. It's about the experience, so that's what I'm looking to get out of it. I want to have an experience. I want to be able to go, oh man, I got the things that I wanted, but I got to hang out with so and so. I got to go talk to so and so. I got to go talk to I got to see Peter Cullen. He said hi to me. He signed my Optimus Prime. He signed it right on the trailer, right under the Autobot logo on the side of it. Yeah, and then we had a conversation about it. What is the experience that I'm going to get out of going to your convention? And that's what I think a lot of people are looking for now. Chat Squad, y'all, chime in on this. What are you looking for when you go to a convention? So those are the things that I look for.
So say you're going to New York Comic Con,
mm-hmm.
and because I'm going to kind of narrow in on what you said, kind of was the selling proposition for you being there, which was the celebrities.
Sure.
And you look at that list, and everybody on that list is people you've already got their signatures for. You've already, put your arm around and gotten your picture with them, et cetera, et cetera. So there's no one new there that you haven't seen or met. What's your reason to go back and still go and spend money?
I don't have a reason. I don't have a reason, because I already did that, because it's not like I'm going to go there, see these actors again. They're going to be like, hey, I remember you. You came in the year before. You came last year, took a picture with me. You want to take a picture of me again? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So, yeah, there's no reason for me to go other than to, because here's the other thing. It's the same food, As a matter of fact, they changed the menu at the last. They changed the menu. I know I tend to ramble, so if I go too much, just tell me. The menu for the food, it changed this year, because the year before that they had this barbecue pulled pork barbecue with this mac and cheese, and instead of the pulled pork barbecue, they had some other type of meat with a different type of mac and cheese. I was just like, and I spent the entire rest of the year thinking about that one meal. I was just like, yo, I'm going there, and I'm on our break, we're gonna get us some barbecue. I don't know. Do you remember that, Gort? I don't know if you remember that. but it was like this barbecue pulled pork and this macaroni and cheese that they had together. It was so good.
I'll tell you what, so I didn't get that because they had different lines for different
Mhm.
foods. And I think it was like chicken fingers and just fries, like something
Yeah.
simple. I was like, this
Mhm.
is moving like 3 or 4 times faster than the other one. I just want
Right.
food because
Right.
I don't want to spend my day standing there just for what may very well be garbage. The food that ended up being pretty good. Oh man, and they had like sandwiches were like $16 or something for like 6-inch sub, like stuff like that. Dude, you gotta bring your own food into this place.
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
let you even bring your food. And then there's places that, they won't let you bring your own food in there because they want you to buy the food there.
Right.
Because they so hard up about checking your bags and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I will say most conventions, they don't care. They just,
You know
they
what
just
you
want
do?
you to
Put all your
come.
sandwiches in a toy box. They're not gonna look in that.
Right, exactly. So they're not gonna be that pressed.
That's
All
why
their all,
Hasbro stopped putting windows on all the boxes so you can put sandwiches in there and bring it to New York Comic Con.
Dude, brilliant.
That's freaking brilliant. But yeah, that's but to your point, if they didn't have anything new, if they didn't bring anyone new that I wanted to see, I probably wouldn't go.
So let me ask another question to all of you guys. The thing that we have with the realm is unique.
Mhm.
So would you say that what we have with the realm is for the bulk of the attendees somewhat in the minority? Meaning that many of the attendees do not have the community that we have built in. When we show up at the con, we have people to hang with.
I mean, not to the. I mean, you see small groups, but like, do they have their own T-shirts? No. So I mean, I've seen small pockets of people and all that, but the size of our thing, no, never. I don't think I ever have. Seat back.
What you think, Court?
Community wise, I mean, like the first thing that comes to mind is like the 501st for Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But past
That's a good
that,
one.
like,
That's
I
a good
mean,
one.
there's gonna be like other like cosplay groups maybe and things like that, but nothing that I can just shoot out of my head right now.
Yeah, I think
right.
there are different. Oh, Ricky's back. Okay, Ricky, you want to chime in?
No.
There he is.
Hey, oh, you're frozen again, bro.
He's looking like Minecraft.
So that was a lot of setup. That was
Let
a
me-
whole lot of setup. To
Can I
what
chime in on that real quick though?
Go ahead, for sure.
So if you some people, I notice this a lot because I'm involved in different groups. Before I got with the realm, there was someone before the realm. Can you believe that? Before I got with the realm, it was me and Ben and a couple of people that did. We were on the early years. We were in the Red Rings. We were had our groups in AOL and all that too. Later, it was Radio Free Cybertron when they first started their podcast and was having people hanging around them. I was in the background. I wasn't known. Then there was Transmissions podcast. They started doing their own. They started doing their thing. They had their own merch and all that type of stuff. Had a comic and all that. Got to meet the guys in person. Got real close with them, and I still talk to them occasionally, and just a couple of them actually. And there's the realm. So there's different groups, but it's those ones that, but we're not all connected. And for me, that's the goal, is to have everyone connected. So there's no clicks. There's no, because with the realm, we get everybody. We get a form of everybody in the realm, and it's absolutely cool. No one judges, no one be like no one side eyes or anything like that in the realm. That's the one thing I noticed about the realm group, and that's probably why I participate so much in the realm group, is because of that. You know, there's no judgments or anything like that over someone making a comment. You know, as a matter of fact, I've experienced I've experienced situations where, you know, someone would say something, me even sometimes, and one guy will pull me to the side, and it's like, yo, dude, what's going on, man? You good? And you know, hey, I noticed you said this. You know, what's going on? You know, let's talk about it. You know, let's talk about it a little bit. I had to pull a couple of guys myself doing that. You know, it was just like, yo, hey, come on, that's not what we do here. Or you know, I wanna understand you, so I won't, you know, so when someone else is talking about you, I want to make sure that, you know, they really understand the situation versus what you said, because there's a difference. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, that's what that's
For,
what I noticed.
for me back in the day, early on, it was the admin group and the moderator group for the Allspark. You know,
Okay.
when I went to a con, those were my peeps. But yeah, so I guess I set that whole stage up for the main meat of what we chew on which is how do I get someone to come back to the con multiple times? I have to offer them some kind of experience
Mm-hmm.
that they can't get other places. And my premise, my piece that I want to throw out there for you guys to kind of rip to shreds is that it's one of two things anymore, because it ain't the panels, because the panels are live streamed, so literally everybody can sit at home, they don't have to wait in the freaking line, and deal with all that stuff, if especially if I've been there before and done it once or twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I get people to keep coming back? Well, it's one of two things. Either one, it's an exclusive that they can't get at the same price anywhere else unless they come to the con,
Mm-hmm.
or two, it's a community that they can't get anywhere else. So for me as a con person, how do I do one of those two things or both of them really, really well?
Mm. Mm. Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Where do I even start with that? Speaking on the exclusives, man. Okay, speaking on the exclusives, I would say I would be more interested in a convention if they had an exclusive that, you know, I can only get at that convention, and it was a piece that I really wanted. It
Yep.
wasn't, you know, you know, take this power baser for example. Like I said, if they do another color variant for this one and it's cool and I want it to be part of my collection and they're only going to make it exclusive to that show and you can only get that show, they're not going to sell it after the show or anything like that. That's going to be the driving factor of me going to that convention so I can get that. Now, here's another thing that happens with that. Let's say I can't go. I'm going to have a buddy that's going to be able to go to that show as well and potentially pick it up for me. Now, here's the caveat to that. That's going to make me desperately go. One per customer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or
One
or
per
two,
customer.
right? Last back in the Hasbro days, you had a
Mhm.
box set and then you had a bag set you could get,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you were limited to that.
Yeah. You were limited to that. But yeah, my thing is you know, that's often the driving factor for me too, is that exclusive. And, you know, if I can pick it up for somebody, I'll do that too. But if they start making that rule where it's like one figure per person, then yeah, you're gonna end up getting more participation for that. Now, if exclusives is something that you're in, that's gonna be your drive. If the entertainment is the thing that you're in, that's gonna be the driving thing. Who's coming to this convention that I haven't seen yet? You know,
Mhm.
am I gonna see someone that has never done a convention before? And I've been waiting to meet that person for the longest time because I've been hearing his voice do my favorite character all these years, and now he's finally doing conventions. Because that's what happened with Frank when Frank Welker first came on the scene. I
Yep.
was making sure I went to that BotCon that year because that was his first that BotCon in it was 2015, I believe it was.
This is his first
That was
one.
his that was his very first convention because Peter convinced him, hey, you need to come to these conventions. And it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's gonna be that one too. Cause we made sure we was at that one. I was like, yo, yeah, we gotta go to that one. Took a picture with him, got his autograph, got to talk to him for a little bit. He did a panel, talked to Frank Frank Tadaro. He, headed that convention, and yeah, that was my driving thing for me. And I wanted to be part of that experience. The last BotCon, it was an all blowout because they did an outdoor concert that year. That was pretty cool. And I wasn't even expecting that. Judd Hirsch came to that one, and he never did conventions before.
Judd Nelson, you mean?
Judd Hirsch. Yeah, Judd Nelson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot Rod.
Yeah.
And he never done conventions before. And it was just like, okay, yeah, we got to go meet Judd Nelson. So
you and I were there together. We never met.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
So shout out to the Realm, man. Motherfucking Realm. But yeah, man, I'm just, it's those things that are the driving force for a lot of people. And then I don't know, then because outside of the Realm, I've never went to a convention thinking, oh man, I can't wait to see so and so and all that, because I would talk to him all the time or whatever. I can't wait to see so and so. We're gonna hang out and do this. Yeah, it was kind of lackluster before the Realm for me. When it came to that regard. Yeah, we hung out, but it was just like us sitting in the room, not even talking. We was just like, oh, what y'all think of that exclusive, or
Wolfie, how about you? What was your experience with the concert?
I'll be right back.
I mean, again, it's just more these days. It really is more community based. I'm at a point in my G1 collection where you get to that point where it's hard to find the older stuff, and it's not really there. And you're walking around the floor a bunch of times, and it's what are you doing?
We are the older stuff.
We are the older.
Yeah, but no, I mean you can only walk around the floor so many times. What else are you going to be doing there? As far as guests, I've never been an autograph guy. Personal experience, it's not for me. But if I was, I would just, I would say, rotate your guests. Like you said, you can only get the same guy's autograph so many different times. I mean, I know it's not a huge pull from, but rotate. That'd be something. Get someone who's never been there before, who's someone who's really super rare. Like Judd Nelson, get him back. How many conventions has he been to? A couple, maybe one.
I think one.
That'd be a draw for some people, unless you're like Brian Brink and you hate Hot Rod. But as far as exclusives go, I mean, there's never been like something where it's been like, oh my god, I have to have this. It's always been like, oh, that's cool. If I get it, I get it. Like Scott, you got me that the tape, the Voltron tape.
Yeah.
And that was cool. But if you weren't there and I couldn't get it, I wouldn't. I've been like, oh well, whatever.
Because it was available. It's now available everywhere.
Well, even if it is available everywhere, if it wasn't, if it was exclusive, it's one of those things where like,
It seems like they specifically
maybe
hold a stock, for the online sales, and that is a thing, especially when they tell you it's limited and they don't bring it all there and it sells out, and there's people at the show that might have come.
That's exactly what happened at TFCon.
I'm sure it happens with a bunch of these. Yeah,
it sold out during TFCon, but now it's available at multiple sites. Yeah. And so that's kind of what kind of sparked my whole mind, kind of rolling on this was, you've listen. I get it. You want to have a production run. I'm a business guy. I get this stuff. Like, you want to have a production run that enables you to sell the figure at a reasonable price. Get it. But the reality is is that the more that you make it available, the less it's an exclusive for the con.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
And so therefore there's less of an impetus. And back in the day, just another story, the Pasadena one where you remember the Stunticons?
Yeah.
You remember the animated Stunticons? That was the
Yeah.
box set that year. It was 2011, I think is the year for that. And I drove my whole family down from Seattle. And I had my whole family stand in that line. And every single one of us got a box and a bag set. And then I resold all of my kids and my wife's stuff. I kept my own, but I resold those online on eBay for a profit enough to pay for my Pasadena trip and
That's how
take
you
my
do it.
kids to Disney.
Mm.
So if I wasn't able to do that, would we have attended?
Mm.
Let me ask you a quick question about that set. That set was the Stunticons. That was only available there, right? This wasn't like a retail release or anything like that. That was the only.
No, it was only available there.
See, that would be a huge get for me if I was in Transformers animated, just because.
Let me
It's not-
qualify for a second. One
Sure,
second.
sure.
You could, as a non-attendee, buy the set, but it was limited, and there was also extra figures that that FunPub offered every year that were exclusives just for attendees. And there was such demand for the figures that they sold out, even because they offered like up to 10 bots per year, and like there was 5 in the set, and then 5 extra, two packs, and then the exclusive, the attendee exclusive. So just I wanted to make sure that nobody was like, no.
No, that's fine. I get that. But no, like I'm saying, like those characters, that was an exclusive set, like of those characters. It wasn't like a G2 repaint. It wasn't like a toy repaint. It wasn't just. It was those original characters, and that if I was in the animated, that would get me down there. That would, because I can't get that anywhere else. I don't want a G2 repaint. I don't want that. I want like a character. Like if they got like fans toys to get like one exclusive, like I don't know. Broadside. Okay, we'll do Broadside. Broadside was only available at TFCon or BotCon. No, he's not going to be on he's not going to be on BBTS. He's not going to be anywhere else. That would get people to go. It would piss a lot of people off, but that would get me to go. I mean, getting up at fucking 2:00 in the morning, standing outside the goddamn door. That's what they want. That would get people there. I don't know about Broadside individually, but you understand what I'm saying, though.
No. I definitely get what you're saying.
It's just the name.
That's how I think you get there. I mean, like again, a repaint of a tape is nice. It's a fun little Voltron thing, but it's like it doesn't. It's just
that was Static
that's just
Blast.
it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's not like it's super important. Oh my god! It's just a fun thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what got me like thinking about this is like if you provide an experience or a product they can't get anywhere else, then you suddenly make the convention something that it can draw people from just more people from outside of the obviously like I'm in BFE, like I'm in Nebraska, right? I came all the way to BotCon because 1, it's BotCon and I've been going for years, but 2, because of you guys. Like that's why I was there. But I realize our experience is myopic. Like not everybody has the experience that we have showing up at a con.
No, that's true. There are guys who want to go there for the exclusives, and most of those guys are scalpers, so fuck them.
Yeah.
Hey, can we, real quick, I don't mean to interrupt, can we highlight Brian Brink's last post?
I put it up.
You did?
Judd Nelson and Frank.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Did you put? Oh, I didn't. Yo, if Orson Welles shows up at a show, I promise you, I'm not going. I promise you, I will not be there. I will not. I swear,
not
I will
see,
not be at that show.
I can't see anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna be home under my bed,
Hang on.
head
You're
and
back.
shit.
Brink's last comment. Get a pic of Judd Nelson and Frank Welker hugging over Peter Cullen laying on the ground would be bonkers.
See, I would go for that experience. That one picture, I would fucking hang that up. That would be epic. That would be the ultimate autograph.
Yo, speaking of Orson Welles, these a lot of these voice actors and actors in general, they're not gonna be here too
Is
long.
that working now?
Yeah, there you
It
go.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I had to go out and back in.
They're not gonna be here too long.
Right.
And there's that factor too. So
Yeah, they're all in their 80s now.
when they go to these, a lot of them when they come to these shows now, it's people are under the premise of, man, let me go see him now before
Right.
before I miss out on him. He's gone. And I'm gonna tell you, that happened to me that year that Buster Jones was at BotCon. That was 2008, and I was like, I said I wanted to go to that show so bad, and I couldn't go. I literally said, I'll catch him at another show, and then the next year and a year later passed away. I was so devastated.
Yeah.
As a Blaster fan, I was so devastated that I missed out on meeting Buster Jones in person. So yeah, it's those things too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
One of those things that were special this year, I thought, and I'm pretty sure I'm remembering this right, because I think it was BotCon and not TFCon, that had the narrator.
Victor Caroli.
Yeah,
I got to talk to him, and
awesome, man.
I patterned my voice career behind him as a narrator. I've done that, and I talked to him about that, and he was impressed by that. I was impressed by just seeing him and getting to talk to him, outside of the panels. And I didn't get I didn't get a chance to go to his panel. I talked to him in the hallway a couple of times. Then I went to his table, got his autograph, and took a picture with him and got to talk to him, friending him on Facebook. I did the whole shebang with him. I mean, he was just a real cool dude, and I'll never forget that experience with him. And those are the experiences that I love having. Ricky, he's a Kevin. He's a Batman fan, and it would have been cool for him to meet Kevin Conroy. And I met Kevin. Me and Sean took a picture with him, and we was elated to meet him because he was probably that year the definition of cool. And this was a New York Comic Con that we met him, and he was like, cause I was getting ready to take my picture with him, and then he was like, she want to take a picture too? And he was like, he's like, come on, take this picture,
Is my
And
internet
then,
better now?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you're
Ricky.
I had to reset fucking everything, dude. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, but yeah.
Rick, you want to chime in on
Ricky,
some
you wanna
things?
chime
You
in
kind of been in and out of it.
I was trying to be in the chat squad a little. I was listening on my phone because I didn't have to be on the Wi-Fi for it. But the missing out on Kevin Conroy is a big one. A lot of y'all haven't seen it, but some of you guys here were here when I talked about the BTAS stuff and what that meant to me. And I still have some of that stuff that I've had since I was a kid still in box.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, in all honesty, being complete strangers with people, only 4, famous people passing away have actually brought tears in my eyes, and he was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
He was a huge part of my childhood. And so that's why, like, I've never been that guy to stand in line and get autographs. I've only ever done it once before I went to BotCon, and I got Frank Welker's autograph. And I pulled it out. I just pulled it out of my desk drawer. I'll show y'all. Hopefully, if it's too reflective, I'll take it out of the plastic. But in Orlando, I got an autograph of Julie Newmar.
Oh, nice.
It says, Ricky, you're perfect, with all the R's, Catwoman shit, Julie Newmar.
Yeah.
I worked
Like
at the
Catwoman.
time, I was working for a government contractor. And one of the people that I worked with, their side hustle was they were those people that kind of went around with the stars when they went to these conventions. What do they call that, Derek? Their handlers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. She would do that at the conventions down there in Orlando and stuff, and told me that Julie Newmar was going to be there. So I ran down because she is the hottest Catwoman. Everybody else that argues with that is wrong. I don't care what you say about it, Eartha Kitt. It's Julie Newmar.
I was going to say.
Dude, I'm
Eartha
sorry.
Kitt.
I can't.
Yeah. I already know why
here we
you're
go,
making
here
that
we
argument.
go.
I already know why you're making that obvious argument, Scott. That, but I'm not arguing she's the hottest because she's super white with red hair. I mean, it's not that at all. She's just smoking hot. So,
I'm not taking that away from her. Not at all.
I'm not taking that away from her either. I'm not.
And
no.
she was just a better Catwoman. By time Eartha Kitt took over, it become more slapsticky than it already was, and I just didn't like the way they wrote her character in that one.
Her little Eartha Kitt's purr.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with her.
Catwoman is
Don't get me
iconic.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with her. It's just she was not my Catwoman in that show. By then it had gotten too off the rails. But what I was getting to is I did miss out on that, and it does upset me. As much as I love Esteban, he knows I'll forever have a little small droplet of hate in him because he has a Kevin Conroy signature on an old BTAS figure. And I'm always super jealous when he breaks it out. Talked about him and his wife getting that. But I got Frank Welker's autograph. Stood in line with Eric B, and we got autographs in there. And I actually have a little video because my kids were with their mom that weekend that we went. And when I got his autograph, shook his hand, talked to him for a second. It's like, hey, I know there's a big one. And immediately, as soon as I said that, his handler popped in and was like standing right there listening to everything. I just told him, I was like, look, my kids couldn't make it. They love Transformers. Can you just say hi to Gabriel and Isaac? And that's all I wanted was like, hey, Gabriel and Isaac. And instead, he like went into Megatron's voice and was like, Gabriel and Isaac, you should always listen to your papa or something like that. So I have a little video of that, and I was able to show it to him. Yeah, and that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
So the autographs are cool. It's still not my selling point. As much as Scott likes to talk shit about Julie Newmar. I did go all the way to Orlando just pretty much to hang out with a group of people that he just happened to be part of. So
I like that you say all the way to Orlando like you don't live like an hour away from there.
I've driven all the way up to fucking Baltimore to hang out with you motherfuckers. What's y'all's excuses for not being there? So I don't want to hear all that shit from these folks.
I was there.
But I literally that's the only reason why I go anymore. Like the only non-Transformer con I've ever been to was NYCC back in 2019, and I went because my friend John lives up there in New York, and we were gonna hang out together and shoot, let's go to NYCC, let's make a whole deal out of it. And that was, and Chris will try to, Chris has that revisionist history shit. He tries to change it now. He definitely does not remember meeting me there, but I 1000% remember meeting him and talking to him because my friend John was like, hey, that's the guy from Crashbox. Because then I was huge into Mezco. So we were in the Mezco line. And of course, Crashbox is big in the Mezco world. You know, everybody uses their stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's him right there. He was setting up. And I still remember it was the display where he had like the New York City streets with like the Marvel characters over on it on the bottom shelf of the display. It's that's true the first time, Brink, but not the other times. I actually met y'all because I was in Baltimore to meet Bobby. And that's he just kind of touched on. He got to it before I did because I got distracted by Brink's comment. But yeah, somehow I missed meeting EE and Dave. They were both there helping set up.
That year I remember that. Yeah,
that was the year they had.
That's when I first met Rick.
They had the Batman and Black Mask 2-pack, and then I think it was the Gomez where it came in like the lunchbox, the Spy Gomez or whatever the hell he was. That was the exclusives that year, and we were in line for that stuff. And I actually got to meet Pinkerton and talk to him for a little bit. You know, nothing, you know, kind of fangirlish, just like, hey, nice to meet you. I like your shit, blah, blah, you know, fuck off like that. But when I met Pinkerton again at Bobby's, which is why I went up to Baltimore the first time, I told him that I'd met him before. You know, he's like, nice to meet you. I'm like, we've actually met before. And I ran the story down. And then the next time I saw him, he's like, yeah, I remembered meeting this guy in fucking NYC. No, the fuck you didn't. Get out of here. You don't remember shit. It's fucking fine. You don't need to rewrite history over here.
Big timed your ass.
Yeah, he fucking tried. He fucking tried. I mean, if you don't look at me, like anybody who's ever met me, I'm not easily forgettable. Like I'm not like some little quiet, mousy person that stands off in the corner. I'm not that guy.
Right.
So if you didn't remember me the first time I said we've met before, you sure as fuck didn't remember me after I reminded you, which is fine.
Yeah,
Because
I remember when
I'm just me.
I remember when I first met Chris. I was like, "Oh my God, Chris Pinkerton, you are so nasty! Oh my God, Chris Pinkerton, can I have your autograph, sir? Oh my God, you're so tall."
That's what I went with. That's what I went with. Is I literally was like, there's not many people in this world that I actually have to tilt my head a little to look up to, and Pinkerton's one of them because I'm a pretty tall dude myself. But it's like, oh, whoa, like
I look up to everybody.
No, I give Chris shit because me and Chris first met. I think Chris was I met Chris through Bobby at Baltimore Comic-Con. And
I met
we were at it. I was at Bobby's table. We were shooting the shit. And Chris came up, and they were already, talking. He introduced me to Chris, and he was telling me what he did and everything. And we talked for a little bit, and that was pretty much it. And but yeah, I mean, shoot, every first I had a great first interaction with every last one of y'all, and it's always memorable. I can remember each and every one of my first interactions with y'all. So, yeah.
But yeah, so that's what it is. NYCC was my first out of. I'd gone up to, like Brink pointed out, I'd gone up actually to meet Bobby because I was on Nerd Rage all the time, talking with him and stuff, and was a Patreon member and got invited up. And it just so happened that Pinkerton showed up with like the whole Realm crew. Like they all just came walking through the door together in a big batch. I found out later it was just literally Pinkerton messaged Bobby like, "Hey man, I'm hanging out with some friends. Is it cool if we come over?" And Bobby was like thinking like 1 or 2 people were gonna walk through the door, and like 20 walked through instead. Like I don't think it was. He didn't know it was like the Realm people. He just thought it was like Pinkerton hanging out with a couple of work friends or something.
Well, yeah, there was like a dozen of us that came.
Yeah, and that's where I met everybody there, and then history being history. The next day I was hanging out with Mike Wells. In the
Good dude.
Shout out to Mike, love that dude.
Shout out to Mike.
Hanging out with him in the hotel lobby, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go over here and have lunch with some of these guys you want to go with." And it ended up being like a bunch of the Realm people, and we went to that I don't know, Subway joint, whatever that shit was. Yeah, the sandwich place right there. Hung out with them there, then started hanging out with them. Jimmy. Was it Jimmy John's? It was something like that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, and we hung out there, and then the next thing I know, I'm invited to Dust's birthday dinner, which was super fun and awkward for all the wrong reasons. And it's just, here I am now. You motherfuckers have to deal with me. So at the end of the day, if you don't like me or are annoyed by me, feel free to complain to Bobby and Chris and Mike, because
you're saying it's their fault.
It's all their fault. Because I wouldn't have met any of the Realm people if I hadn't been at Bobby's house, and I wouldn't have hung out with any of them outside of like nerd shit if it wasn't for Mike. So it's all their fault.
We'll flash their emails at the end of the show.
That's it. And then, oh fuck me, dude.
Oh,
I was just getting ready to go into the story when I first met EE, but never mind.
Yo, I ain't gonna talk much. I can't.
Glad you're here. I'm glad you're not, too dead. You don't sound as bad.
This stuff can be catchy electronically too.
All the hard work is done. There he is.
I'm feeling a tickle in my throat. I think I'm catching this shit electronically.
Uh-oh.
Then fucking leave.
Wow.
If that's the case, then leave. Tell me what to fuck get you sick or well too fucking bad. Get me fucking riled up here. Okay, you guys can continue your story.
If you get him super riled up, he'll go into a coughing fit and leave again. Just so
I'm going to coughing, probably pass out is what I'll do.
I think it was 2017 when I met you, when we were at Reston.
Reston.
I think it was Reston. Or was
it even you think? I don't know. Even you don't remember.
Or was it 20? I'm honestly trying to because I'm trying.
I remember the exact moment I met you.
Wasn't it? Like, yeah, you were at the Reston.
You got the clap.
Yeah, so, you were at
Reston. The Baltimore show, for those of you who were there, if I didn't meet you that Thursday night, like I met Ricky at Bobby's Thursday night, chances are you didn't see me because that's when
You
I
got
had
fucked up.
my neck
Hun-
issue,
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
I
The
wasn't
neck
around.
issues,
Oh,
yeah.
right,
So
right.
I knew it was
I didn't get to hang
neck,
out with
back. That was
people who
one
were
of them.
there or meet anybody that year. But I had met Ricky already at Bobby's the night before.
And I saw you first
my
thing in
neck.
the morning before you really got all fucked up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like as the day went, you got worse and worse.
Yeah, it got worse and worse and worse.
Mhm.
And then no one saw me Friday. And then I made an appearance Saturday night, thanks to Chris. Let me stay in his room because Dom chose the wrong hotel. So we weren't even
Fucking
right
Dom.
hotel.
Fucking
Fucking
Dom.
Dom.
That sounds about right.
It said the Hilton, but so I thought it was this one.
But it was
Y'all give
Hilton
Dom
spelled with
so
a
much
CH.
But
It was crazy.
Dom, the
man.
hotel's right there. No, the GPS says it's this way. First time I met Wolf was NJCC.
NJCC 2019. That's where I met you and Gort.
And shit, you got in that fucking car ride with us.
Still the best card of my funniest card of my fucking life. No, it was
Yo,
you
man,
and Dave
I'm
and
gonna need y'all to drink some orange juice, get some vitamin C in y'all. And Brian says he's been sick for over 2 weeks now.
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, y'all know
Come
that
on, man. Y'all need
that
to be
big thing
better.
that swept through the nation a couple years ago. It's still around. It's
Look,
still
and
an
if,
actual-
Yeah, I'm testing negative, ain't
It
that?
ain't going
you
nowhere.
know, exactly.
It's just
My daughter
I
got the.
understand. I'm not
My
saying
daughter
it's a
got the
huge
flu.
thing. Yeah.
She was taken and tested. It was the flu, and it's any of you who have kids know, especially when they're young, when they're sick, they're mushy, and they want to sit on you, and they want to be on top of you, and they want. So it's
Gross.
just, and it was coming. We knew it was coming.
Mm.
So
Yeah, that's
I
the
got
one
it
thing that's-
first.
Mhm.
After my daughter got it, took me all week just to get to this point, and my wife is dealing with it now.
Uh-huh.
So that's a
And
crazy
the
thing
difference
about.
between me and my wife is she got a flu shot. I haven't had a flu shot in 20 years.
Yeah.
I haven't had the flu in
shit.
20 years. So I don't get the
Yeah.
I don't get the flu. I'll get sick, but to
Mhm.
get the actual flu, something I just
Yeah.
I've been lucky.
When the butt ice was
So-
going around hardcore, I dodged it for 2 years. Even having
Yeah.
like you were just talking about the mushiness, both my kids had it. They both caught it over at my ex's house and brought it over here. And they did the same thing. They laid on me. My job made me stay home because I work in the medical field. So they made me stay home because of primary contact. And so with them at home for 10 days, with them laying on me, I still didn't catch it. It wasn't until almost 6 months later that I finally caught it at the tail end.
It's
of 2
weird
years
how
of
that
being
shit
around
works
everybody.
sometimes.
I still haven't caught that. I still haven't caught it. And mind you, here I am living in what once was the epicenter of it in New York City. So
And it's wild. When I did get it, I wasn't like everybody else. Like I didn't lose my taste and all that stuff. I was just at work one day and I said, man, I have such a headache. I was like, do you have any Tylenol? To my boss? And she's like, go get tested at the nurse's station right now. Because at that point I was like ignoring it. After 2 years of it, I'm like, everything's a fucking symptom. You stub your toe, it's a symptom. You fucking fart too hard, it's a fucking symptom. Everything's a goddamn symptom. So I was just past it at that point. But she told me to go test, and she tested me, and I popped immediately. I spent one day with a high temperature, and then I spent 9 of the 10 days just hanging out playing video games with my toys. Like it was nothing. So it's
Wow.
weird how that one worked. Like it did hit people, didn't hit people, how hard and how long. Yeah.
didn't mean to derail the topics. With
You're good, man.
people getting
We're just
sick
glad
and
you're
shit.
here. I mean, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad
well,
you're in here, bud. Yeah.
You got
it
any
was-
opinions on this you want to share?
Con exclusives, yeah, they fucking suck. The only reason why I go to a con is to see people at this point, and I'm not talking celebrities and guests and things like that. It's the only reason why I go.
Bitch, we're celebrities.
The way I
internet.
personally, it used to be a bigger deal for me when I used to, like, for TFCon when I had first started collecting, and there was a lot of masterpiece and third-party figures that I needed to hunt down that I had missed that came out before me. So the cons were a good thing for that. Exclusives, I don't usually buy exclusives. I don't care for them because it's never a core character for what I'm looking for, and that's the way I buy. I only look for these cores. Like I'm not looking for a purple power base. And no offense to Derek, I'm glad you finally got it, but it's not something I ever would have wanted for my collection. As nice as it is, as nice as it looks, not what I buy. So exclusives I don't care about. So yeah, it's really the community, and if people are going out, same thing Gort said, just like nobody was going to New York Comic Con this year. I think Derek was the only one I know who went, so none of us went.
Well, no, I mean there were
We went
people
to
that
New
were
York.
at Comic-Con this year. Like for me, in this case, it's more just the time framing. It's like October is always a really packed month, but then
Yeah,
September ended up being pretty packed. I also had a wedding, and incidentally, I didn't actually go to that. Audrey had gotten COVID, and then I just stayed away. I was like, oh well, you know, didn't end
I
up
went
doing that.
this year so I could hang out with EE, but he ain't show up.
did you
So,
once say, "Hey, Eric"? Did you? Well, one, I wasn't taking $100 gondola rides for $2. I wasn't going to be that stupid like you were to get in one of those, Eric.
I
And
would
you
have
never
paid for
once said,
yours.
"Hey." You never once said, "Hey, let's get dinner Friday night," or "Let's get dinner."
Mhm.
Not a single word did you say.
I would have
so
paid for your
don't put it
gondola
on me.
ride, by the way.
So don't put it
hey,
on me.
he said
Yeah.
it to me like we went out
And
with
I
the
would have,
families and
I
had
would have
dinner
video,
together,
I would
man.
have videoed that whole shit.
Freaking
You
dog.
being
That's so
miserable on that
romantic.
gondola ride the entire time. You
Y'all
know,
should take a
and
horseback
posted
ride
it up on
through.
Facebook and everything. I would have
Every
captioned that mug.
I
I
see
put some
them
music to it
outside
and
my
everything.
job every time I'm in the office, and I will always think of you and laugh. Like I know someone who actually did this.
What, did he go on the horseback carriage by himself?
No,
No, it
I
was
don't
me
know.
and
Was it a
Sean.
horseback one? Right? Was it a
No,
horse one?
it
Was
was
it?
a dude. No, it was a
Yeah, it was a dude. It was a
guy.
dude on a bike.
It was
Oh, okay.
what do y'all call it? It's a
Like a Sam thing. You're talking about the
a jit. I was going to say a jitney. A jitney. What that's what they call them, right? A jitney.
sure.
Listen, people, it's a dude on a bike with a speaker, okay, playing music, and a handwritten sign. I'm gonna send you guys pictures if anybody want to ask.
He's is the bicycle built for two. You just got to pop on the back seat and ride.
Hey, yo, I tell you one thing. It was a
Just
very
hold on
romantic
tight.
ride for me and my lady. So
It was a very
yeah.
romantic.
That's when you
ride
saw
for
that
you,
price,
bike
right?
driver.
So you
Hey,
got that
hey,
price when you were done. Like, whoa, wait.
We paid it. We paid it because you
It'd
know
be
what
like-
was the
You should have asked him what would happen if you didn't. Was he going to chase
you
you
know what was
down?
the most valuable thing about that ride?
What's
That
that?
smile on her face when we got off. And I was like, that's what.
Oh God, Sean must be in the chat squad. He over here.
It's always less special when you live there.
You know, because that's not how he explained it to us when
He's like, I was
he
trying
told
to
us
talk
what
to
first happened.
Shut up!
He's like-
Shut up!
He's like, I was
You know,
trying to talk to the
hey
bike
Gord,
driver.
can
Sean kept
you
getting in
hit the
way.
button?
Look, Sean's over in. I told you she's in the chat squad. A rickshaw. That's the word, Esteban. A rickshaw. That's the word.
He always
Rickshaw.
snitching. Anyway,
EE's versions of stuff is always so much better than reality. Like, it's awesome.
Rickshaw. Is that what it's called? I thought
A
it was called a
rickshaw.
jitney.
Well, that might be the company.
Nah,
but what
Jitney's
we know is
the
we
level
use
2 Patreon version.
You gotta hold the driver around his waist on a jitney.
Somebody kick him out. Oh my God. Yo, take your ass back to bed. Yo, you need another nap. Oh my God. You need some vitamin C. Jesus.
Yep.
I can't wait to 2 weeks when you better.
I don't know.
Anyway.
You probably gonna catch it next. You'll be over there in 2 weeks.
Good to see you feeling better, EE. Feeling better enough for you to come in here and break my balls. Goodness.
A little bit. I wanted to wait for my wife to go to
to
sleep.
participate in the chat afterwards.
Hey, Brink wants to know what do you tip a rickshaw driver / pooler? I don't know.
Yo, that dude was sweating when we got down here. He was like, because the ride to the hotel was all uphill, so it was like it was all. But here's what he did: he took streets. He took the left street to go straight a little bit, then go up, and then took another left street, another right street, or whatever, just to give himself a little break.
He didn't do to give you a break. Yeah. He did it to run up the bill.
Miss Andrews said a jitney is an unregistered cabbie,
and that's what they were. Well, they're registered now because it's a rule. It's a rule. It's a rate rule that they got to follow.
It's New York City. Everything's unionized now. You walk outside and find a horse head underneath your bike driving that bitch around without no damn unionized card on it.
But damn it, that's not what this is all about. We're talking about
It's about whatever
gotta
the
get
fuck
back
we
on
want it to be.
topic.
It's the Realmhattan
Let's get
project.
back
Hey,
on topic.
actually, I
Paint by
think
numbers
the
project.
interaction here and the talk about how we all met and stuff like that. It's like I think that puts the exclamation point on what I was trying to say, which is simply this. And I think about this stuff because my job at one point, I sat on a board of directors and I was the trade show chair. So we ran trade shows.
Name dropper.
So, but I say that only to
I'm
say
not going to
this.
drop names like Tom Cruise or anything, but
Only to say this. Only to
Go
say
ahead.
this. For anybody who might be interacting with or watching this that might be part of a show, is whether it be exclusives or whether it be doing this, which is to figure out ways to get people to interact with one another in order to build a community. That's your unique selling proposition. That's the way to come bring people back to your event and to get lifetime value out of that customer.
it's to help build the community. Yeah.
So,
That's
so
right.
the problem is
Agreed.
you got well. The difficulty is not see the realm is they used TFCon as the meetup, right? But the community was already starting to be built. And TFCon was the excuse, and then NJCC being what it is, and how close so many of us are to NJCC, able to do that. How does the con? What can a con do to build community? I don't know.
I'll give you one idea
they
right
can
off the top of my
particularly do.
I'll give you one idea right off the top of my head.
What's that?
You
That a
have
cynical
you have
bastard
you have
like
an
me,
hour- you
that
have
a
an
cynical
hour-
bastard like me would actually want to do.
you have an
Because
hour. Maybe you wouldn't do this, but the reality is that you gotta get people together. You take an hour of one of your panel hours, and you have roundtables. You sit everyone at a table of 6 to 8 people, and you give
fuck
them
no.
and you give them topics of discussion. What do Transformers guys love to talk about? Transformers. So you actually seed the conversation with a bunch of discussion topics, and you literally sit them together with a bunch of people they don't know, and you get them to talk. Because what is the other probably one universal thing about going to a con is that there are a lot of people there that don't really know each other and are probably a little bit like not as socially forward as some of the rest of us.
See, this is how you know Scott grew up in corporate America. That's some like
Drink the
icebreaker
Kool-Aid.
teen bullshit that I fucking hate. That they make you fucking do at work. I can't fucking stand that shit. I don't want to sit around and talk with a bunch of strangers I don't know.
You already got a community, man.
I don't like being when it's forced like that. I would never in a million years sign up to be a part of that. No.
Could you
Yeah,
imagine?
but you wouldn't. Other people might, though.
You're right. I'm just saying this is me. You know, if you know, and you might not believe this, or you might not believe this, but this is true. Especially when I first started coming around in person, I'm kind of quiet.
He is. I'll admit that. Like even at Baltimore, like he really kind of sat off with his arms crossed. Like he would talk to you if you talked to him, but he's real.
He
quiet
wasn't pained.
That is true.
All I'm saying is create opportunities.
Yeah, and he's short.
For community.
Well, that's the one thing.
It might
like,
not be the only opportunity, but create opportunities.
I'll shout out specifically Hanny. Like he very much is big on that with the new BotCon that he's trying to refire. He's big. Like he's shown the realm a lot of love and stuff, but he does it with others too. It's not just the realm. If they were actively wanting to be like community based and like groups together, like hanging out and meeting people, he was very open armed and welcoming for that to happen. And I think that's what's going to help that BotCon stick around for a while and grow because of how he's treating it. It is a business, but it's not a business.
Just keep having it in Jersey, man, Henny. Just keep doing it in Jersey.
Yep. Hanny, just start hooking me up with a discounted plane ticket and you can have it in Jersey as long as you want to, dude.
Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Ricky. Like you just proved my point. How do we make it more than just a regional event?
Yep.
There you go.
All right.
Like obviously, I like them a lot more than they like me because you see, I go up there to visit them. They're like, "Fuck Florida, they're not coming down here."
Yeah, I came to you, man.
You don't
Yeah,
realize
I was just there.
You see who your
fucking
real
hot it
friends
is.
are, the ones that showed up.
Mhm.
I know. I see.
Yeah.
Dude, I am not getting sweaty taint for you. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
You're getting sweaty taint just sitting there talking on a microphone. Don't try to lie to me, motherfucker. Try to fucking
Oh,
lie to me.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sweating up a storm right now just talking.
See?
Fucking.
See? So you could have done it here in
Being
Florida.
sick
We went
this
out to
week.
dinner.
Oh, fuck you. I don't fucking go to Florida.
You see people that talk like that? They are the
Zika
ones
virus and
those are the ones
By
that
the way-
1,000% end up down
and
here.
fucking.
By the way, for anybody who don't know, tonight, if you're anywhere but the ass end of the country, like Ricky, you probably can see the aurora borealis between 12 and 4 a.m. 12 p.m. 12 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Oh.
I'll bet
okay.
money that us New Yorkers ain't seeing shit through the smog.
And I will let you. I will
Light
let
pollution.
everybody. I will let everybody know who's not, cool enough not to live in the taint of America that you can also go on the internet and just fucking watch it. So it doesn't fucking matter what you can see outside. Fuck your up north bullshit. It was 70 here today. How you feel now about talking shit about Florida?
Real quick.
Hey, there's a reason I got a beanie on, man.
Real quick. Esteban made a comment. Building a real community is difficult.
Yep.
Look at the realm compared to the fake ass sideshow collectible community. Hey, listen, I'll say this. As a person who's been part of other communities, I would say that the realm was definitely the more compatible community to me because of the people. Like I said, you don't know how anything is until you actually put yourself out there.
Hold on. We can all listen to EE take a leak on the internet.
Wow.
He
No,
forgot
that
to
was the
mute.
faucet. That's the faucet.
He's pulling a Lou.
He's in his milk jug underneath.
Yeah. See how tight we are. It's just,
We all just listen to each other take this
right.
shit.
And we just keep, and I just kept talking like it was nothing wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's just EP and
I got my new piss cup from Amazon today.
right. It's just him.
Because you know I don't piss
in the
cup, so.
Lou recommended it.
Let him do his thing. No judgment. You had judgment-free zone. Anyway,
I don't know about that judgment-free zone shit. 'Cause I judge the fuck out of Lou all the time.
This is a Lou F certified jug. Thank you very much.
all right.
5 stars.
But building a community is not difficult if you want to build the community.
Would recommend.
You got to be able to if you want something that bad or you want something that much, you'll let it happen. It's just a matter of the opportunity presenting itself and then you building from that point. I hear many of us, well, I mainly hear Dust say it. Dust says the toys is what got us here.
Mm-hmm.
We just put everything together after that. So, it's just like, that's generally how you build the community. You have a common ground on something, you have a common goal, a common interest, and then you build upon that, Most of y'all, I was asked what would you pick? What would you pick? Thanksgiving to hang out with your friends or hanging out with your collector buddies and spend the day doing that. I was like both because they're both family events. They're both family events to me. So
Listen, I'm in here. I came in here to talk nerd shit with you guys and like talk about toys and goofy shit like that. That's the initial intent of meeting people in the realm. And last year I was at somebody's wedding. You know what I mean?
Like, see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
That's nuts
right.
to me. Like,
and you
I
traveled up.
We didn't
there
know
for
we were
it.
signing up for that. It's crazy to think about that.
and it's awesome. Like, talk to them all the time. Like, I'm not. Again, it's weird enough. Like you see here on the internet, he just said himself. By myself at home, I'm actually really quiet. I sit on my back porch. I'm not talking to anybody. I'll listen to music or watch a video, but I don't fuck with people too much. Like even at work, I just have an earbud in and I don't talk to people. But I talk to you guys. Like I look
So you save it all up for us.
No, not you, because I don't like you, but for the rest of them, yes. Like I keep an earbud in and I listen to music and I just mind my own shit and I just cook and I move about my day. But I look forward to hanging out and talking and shit like that, dude. Like I don't. I go on the hangouts and I enjoy myself on those unbroadcasted hangouts and shit because it's just shooting the shit and we talk about some crazy off the wall shit.
When you say you don't know what you're signing up for, so how I actually met the Realm was, I had been a member of a group. I didn't know nobody. I didn't do anything. Didn't go anywhere. Turns out me and Dave on Facebook said that we had a mutual friend. I was like, oh shit, Dave, you know so and so? And he goes, yeah, he used to work with me. Oh yeah, he works with me now. My friend had quit my job, started working with Dave at his job. So that's when me and Dave started talking. Then Dave was like, what are you doing this weekend? Are you going to ToyCon? And I was like, probably not. And he convinced me to come to it. And he hadn't met yet. Said he was going to come pick me up. Offered to come pick me up because I'm in Queens. He's in Long Island. Told my wife, and my wife's like, let me just try to wrap my head around this. Some guys that you never met on the internet is going to come pick you up at our house, drive you to New Jersey toy show to meet a bunch of other guys that you've never actually met on the internet.
Right.
And that's how my wife put it. And I was like, well, when you put it that way, it sounds kind of weird. But basically, yes.
Yeah.
Basically, yes. And now...
And his wife has hated all of us ever since because of how he presented
it. No, that's how my wife presented it.
Oh, that's
how she understood the process. That's what she understood when I was telling her what I was doing.
That's even better. That was her breakdown.
That's how she heard it. Yeah, she's like, wait, wow. Strange men, internet, my house, New Jersey, other strange men. What?
Y'all doing what?
Do you realize you're putting our family in danger right now?
Did they tell you?
Really think about what you're doing, Eric.
You don't know these people. You don't really know these people.
She loves Dom and Dave. We're at Dave's house where the kids are
at
each other's birthday parties now, and they're beyond community friends. And that's the first time I met Gort. And Brink and all of them was at that toy show. And then we went to see that fucking god-awful Transformers movie after.
You loved it.
Oh, yeah, the 2007 one?
No,
was it the first one or the second?
No, it was
last night.
Last night.
With French Rod.
It was the best one. So how do you make Hot Rod worse than he was originally? You make him fucking French.
No.
Movie. That's how you fucking do it. Yeah, that's how you fucking do
it.
I would say even as a Hot Rod fan,
my favorite part of that movie, I was sitting next to Dustin just regularly throughout the movie. You just hear, oh God, just all like
His dust color commentary was your favorite part of that movie.
Yeah. Mystery Science.
I also think we were the only ones in the entire theater. Was our group.
Like 30 minutes into the movie or 20 or something, like two other people walked in and sat behind us. Like they, and they probably, were better for it missing like a chunk like that.
You probably missed all the good stuff. That's why you hate that movie so much. You missed
there is no good stuff. What are you talking about?
You will never know. There's 15 minutes of it you weren't even paying attention. It was probably the best part of the fucking movie.
That 15 minutes is not enough to make up for
save that
shit.
You can't save that.
So we got a little off rails, but like Scott was saying towards the end there, like it kind of works. It grows off of the start of this conversation. The seed of the experiences of cons and stuff grew into us being able to do this. The camera just happens to be rolling and it's recording, but this is stuff we could do for hours when these things are turned off too. Like sometimes crazy amount of hours. I know for a fact because I looked one time because I thought I was full of shit, but in one 24-hour period, 18 of it I spent on video chats with Eric one time, because we went from we stayed up all night on a hangout and then we video chatted about something else, and then it was the meeting, and then it was the show, and it was like in a 24-hour period I spent 18 of it talking to this man. As much as he hates me, he had to listen to me for 18 of the 24. and it's stuff like that.
See,
Like
I'm not
that-
worried about that because we all know Ricky exaggerates. So it's probably about 6 hours we spent total.
18 hours is a very long time.
I didn't say 18 in a row, so all y'all can take turns sucking it. And I didn't say 24 as in midnight to midnight. It was just in a 24-hour period, so y'all can all relax. So it's facts. I actually did the math on it. Like the only time we weren't talking is when we went to bed and when I first woke up in the morning until he woke up, and then we started talking about something else. Like it was like a whole thing. It was crazy.
Cool.
But that's what I'm talking about. It started out with cons, like as weird as it is, even having not mentioned, like I mentioned earlier, that one little seed back at NYCC in the 6 degrees of separation. The fact that I was there and I missed Dave and EE there, like I didn't run into them or talk to them. And Dave and I talked about it one time. The only thing we could think of is y'all had gone behind the black curtains to do some stuff back there.
Or we might have went for food or went online.
Something like that. Is y'all just
Or
happened
went
to
on,
be-
because I know I had to go on the Storm Collectibles line to get Leon something. Could have been then. I mean,
back
and
then,
we were
that
standing
was
right
probably-
there. Like I wouldn't have tried. Like I didn't. If I didn't know you, I wouldn't have went up to you and said anything. I would just.
But again, it's still
even
a
I
hard
was standing
miss.
there.
Yeah, even then, it would have been a hard miss. I'm 6'4", and literally everybody in New York is like 5'9". So like I stood
Yeah,
out
but you
a
gotta
little.
understand something. New York Comic Con.
They
How
were
many
all 5'9",
thousands of
dude.
people are there? Like like
They were all 5'9", so it doesn't
it's
matter.
very easy to miss someone you don't know.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
it's just funny to me that we stood there because he was.
I
fixing
think Chuck was there
something.
too. I think Chuck was there too that year.
Um,
To be honest with you, I think Chuck was there
I
too.
don't think
Oh,
I've
man,
ever
now
seen Chuck at
I'm brokenhearted.
No, I
and
think he was there for an exclusive because I remember. Yeah, no,
Easy.
Chuck was there that year.
I missed having Chuck in my life earlier than he possibly was. Dude, my heart is broken right now.
You terrible, yo.
I actually like Chuck. I miss Chuck coming on the Hangouts because that man
Oh,
entertains the
man.
fuck out of me.
It only takes one moment for a connection, whether
Yeah, that's just
manufactured
nuts. Hmm?
or natural,
Yeah.
for people to get to a connection that forms into lifelong friends.
That one little seed, and then fast forward 2 years, and I was going to meet somebody totally different, and then boom, like all those things start connecting with each other, and then here we are.
And then
You
I
know
have to
what's
meet
a-
Rick,
you know what's
and I have to
another-
meet Ricky at Bobby's Skullfest.
Yeah.
And you know.
You know what's another?
His wife was like, "Oh, who's that cute tall guy over there?" And then me and Scott been best friends ever since. It's been nuts, dude.
Another important piece to building the community is not bringing in any angst to potentially break it up, like
Yep.
political talk. You know, The best thing is we all
talking
do that though. There's times we brush up against that, and it's we try not to dwell on it. Like we get off of.
So,
it
but
fast.
the
Right.
difference is, I
As
think
fast as
what Derek
possible.
is saying, we don't bring this to community.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the
I'm not. We're not
primary.
making posts in the realm about
I got you.
X, Y, and Z,
My
or
bad,
when
Derek.
someone makes a post about a movie. We're not sitting there like, oh well, goddamn these people. This the realm doesn't do that. We don't do that in the realm.
All I say is,
They,
got the
you know.
community.
Personal conversations aside that we have definitely delved into, and the comfortability of having them.
Yeah,
That's just.
I missed that he meant
As
in the group.
close.
Yeah, I got you.
I know that's just what I think Derek was saying because we don't.
No, that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We need a like button on the chat or the video feed, Derek, so that when you're popping off truths, we can just
Smash that like button.
Yeah.
They'd be like one like a month.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Speaking of that, hit that like button if you appreciate and liked everything.
Like,
that you
share, and
heard
subscribe.
tonight. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet.
And if you're really happy,
If the 10 of you
hit
that are
like twice.
watching this show have not subscribed by now, because it's the same 10 of you that are always watching us live, I'm gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
15.
And
by the
I
way.
know where at least one of you live that direction. So
Yeah.
fucking hit like.
Yeah. One other thing I wanted to say. So when I was talking about Brian earlier, Brian, I said his last name wrong. It's actually Weatherhead. Brian,
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you call him Whitehead.
I called her Whitehead.
Whitehead.
I don't know why I was
That's-
thinking Whitehead, but
That's
you know,
fucked up, man.
Brian,
That's
you
fucked
know,
up.
hey, you already know, bro.
I got a
Just,
toy
you
one
know,
time from Derek.
I'm so sorry I got
Buttemple.
I
It was
butchered your last name. It's Weatherhead, so you know, it's Brian Weatherhead. So,
Whitehead.
and Brian is actually pretty well. He's well known in the community that we're in as well. So if you
I definitely know the name.
if you ever come across Brian, you know, and he's selling some things, he's definitely a trusted seller. Just as some of you are in.
Sounds like you're getting a kickback from Brian. I think y'all might be a scalper team, man. I don't know about you, dude.
Hey man, the check cleared, so I'm just getting it done. I'm just getting it done.
he's
So
like, I got this purple God Jinrai bomber diggity doo.
I got what I needed. I'm gonna earn that.
As long as you send some people my way, you get a discount.
Yeah. But shout out to everybody shout out to Brian and everyone else that is, you know, being pillars of our community to, you know, hold us up and, you know, doing the right thing by us and making these opportunities great for us and not being scalpers and, you know, jerks and
like Scott there.
Hey, I'm all about helping friends, but also about making money.
That's it, bro.
Yeah, and that is true.
It's called a friends and family discount. I don't know you.
That's right.
You're paying triple.
Right.
See the people he doesn't know makes up for the fact that we get a discount. So
hey yo,
he gotta make his money somehow. No, I'm not mad at it. But earlier when my internet was fucking up, Derek, the one thing I was saying was that's one of the things I love most about those Shattered Glass Optimus is I love that bullet hole in the chest panel. In the chest window.
Yeah.
Like I got that on my MP10 one. I loved little shit like that. Just little, yeah.
If you want some bullet holes in your figures, Ricky, I can help you with that.
I'm in Florida, sir. I don't need your help. So,
yes, sir.
But I do like that, and it's weirdly, even though that's a third party thing, and mine's like a mainline, the MP10. It's a connective tissue. It's more little intricate stuff that attaches it because I believe it's even the same window that left, you know, chest window.
I have to say that once you go black.
Oh, is that the? Oh, that's the Iron Factory. Is that the Iron Factory one?
So racist.
Maki Toys.
Oh, listen,
wait,
put it up here. It's Make Toys.
Put it up to
Act like you live over here. It's Make
Oh
Toys.
yeah. That is the Make Toys. Oh, the Make Toys versions were good too.
Oh man.
Yeah, but they're not as hefty as these ones right here, though, man.
No, it's not as big. But you know,
that's what she said.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm still a child. I don't fucking care. That shit's funny. I don't care.
Yes, sir.
All right, we want to wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah, man, we're hitting the 2 hour mark, so we're gonna start winding down.
The 2 hour mark.
We're gonna go. This is actually a good show. I hate that I missed most of it, but I was at least able to listen in. It was a really good conversation, and again, it led to some more, you know, sentimental, personal stuff, which is always nice, you know.
Caught us in our feels.
Yeah. Well, the only reason why EE will talk about his feels because he's fucking sick and medicated. Because that heartless motherfucker never talk about nothing when he's fucking sober.
Nope.
But let's start at the top. Scott, this was kind of your suggested idea, and it turned out really great. So we appreciate you for the idea and the suggestion, and for popping in with us. So drop your where you at. Say goodbye to these motherfuckers. Let's get out of here and go get drunk. Something like that.
Great to be here. X Bane Reese X at Instagram and Scott Marble on the Facebooks.
All right, and over to hashtag never gonna say that. Wolfie.
Wolf Nation. Yeah.
Eric Von Wolfenstein on all your social media needs, and you hear every other Friday, and that's all I got.
Nice. I hope you feel better, bud. Ironically enough, you actually sound better after a night
I'm starting talking more, and I think it's helping.
Yeah, it's loosening shit up. And that's what she said.
Exercising the voice.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So Mr. Camera off on a live show, which we're not supposed to do according to the rules. Gort.
I'm on my phone, so you
nobody's talking to you. I literally said Gort. Shut up, Gort.
Yeah, you find me right here.
Okay, cool. To the other guy with his camera off, full of excuses for why, EE, where can I catch you?
Go fuck yourself.
I
You
might
find
if
me
you
here
get off
every
this
other
goddamn
Friday.
camera.
You can find me here every other Friday, guys.
Hope you feel better too, bud, man, and especially around the house. And Wolfie, I forgot to say that to you. I hope the wife and kids, nobody gets
We're
up
getting
there.
there.
Good, and everybody feels better. Thanks for popping in, EE. I know it's tricky when you're having to deal with the sick wife and the sick kids and stuff. So
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I'm feeling better. I'm just dealing with them now. So
Gotcha. All right, and Derek White B.
What? That's how you say it.
I'm gonna get it right one of these days.
Yeah.
Where can we find you at, bud?
Derek B on your book of faces as Derek Bixby. You can also find me on Instagram as Derek What B. You can also find me here every other Friday for the Realmhattan Project, and on our other shows where we do our pop-up shows for Do You Even Transform, Bro, and Right Out the Box. And you can also find me going to the store real quick to get EE some Theraflu. And that's pretty much it.
What a guy.
Nice.
I got what I need.
And
shit.
I'm being a friend.
Fuck you.
yo,
fuck
cranky
you.
bastard. Oh, cranky bastard over here.
You the one
I'm cranky as.
I'm a
You
dangle it
have
just
no
like
idea how fucking cranky I am.
he's
Talking
a,
about
he's a,
video
community.
call you and dangle it just like this.
he's a cranky bastard
you
when he's
good?
not sick. This has got to be way worse, man. Bless his wife's heart, dude, dealing with him.
Ricky, where are we finding yet?
Oh, I'm scared of my wife. I ain't cranky with her.
You can find me around here every other week.
Wow.
We're still going. Keep going. Keep going.
All right, y'all have a good night, man.
Oh, come on.
Hey Ricky, where can we find you, bud?
I think he's done.
He's done talking. Oh, we can't do that.
Every other week
right.
here and in fucking Facebook. You can find me there.
What's
I don't know if we're doing an unbroadcasted. I don't know how that's working.
Yeah, we'll do one.
Okay, so look for the link
Check
to be
back
out
for the
there.
link.
Pop in. Anybody can pop in up to how many ever numbers of it's available.
Bring your piss cups.
And that's it. Have your pee jugs ready. Tell them Lou F sent you. So, all right, guys. Monday nights ETRs. Wednesday nights alternating shelf gravy and figure banging, and I believe this week is a shelf gravy because I think last week was figure banging.
Figure bang. Well, I don't know. I know there was no show this week, so I don't know what they're doing. But there's a show Wednesday.
Unless they're switching it up, this Wednesday should be
shelf gravy.
Yeah.
Tune in and be surprised.
Yeah, and then we're here every other Friday. And that's pretty much it, man. Catch us in the group. Say hi. Say what's up, man.
Or don't.
Or don't. We don't. At the end of the day, I'm gonna sleep fine whether any of y'all like me. I don't give a shit. So,
We know
have a
that.
nice night, man. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Now push the fucking button, Gort.
All right, let's see. Where is this book?
This motherfucker.
Say it with me now.
Realm